Make a motion we approve the minutes of August 21st.
Second.
A motion is second for the minutes of August 21st. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes.
One, tax roll correction. Rochester, Minnesota. Okay, I'll make a motion we accept the tax roll correction.
Second. A motion and second to accept the tax roll correction. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes.
So, we're all done with the tax sale and everything's
Still,
paid.
These aren't done yet. We still gotta filter through court somehow, done that final,
Yeah, we have
whatever.
final approval.
Yeah.
But everyone's paid,
As
Yeah.
far as I know. I think they paid for it.
didn't it?
We have two properties that sold for more than one of those.
Commissioner's budget. Is my understanding that with the property up at Hudson, that there was a squatter that didn't want to leave the premises? Has that been all taken care of?
That's been taken care of.
So she just figured as long as she lived there, nobody could take possession of it?
She seemed to think that.
You guys straightened it out?
She's no longer on there.
How did that work out with, I think the bank had some liens on some vehicles, so did they just?
Vehicles and some of these equipment. Now that's,
They did.
we've known about that for 3 or 4 months and the bank never, I was up there with the bank before I even had to take off my chest and stuff in June and they never took possession of their property.
So,
They waited till the last minute. It's, to me, it's still their property.
Is it still up there?
I think they got some of it, but I think working with the owner, the new owner, I think it'll
probably just buy it out or
easier
something.
to do. There was a few vehicles and it's supposed to have been equipment, but there wasn't that much
I do
equipment.
that too.
So you go all day without washing your hands now? Yeah. It's fist bumps from here on out. Last week we discussed the starting salaries for the county. I guess that's not really set in stone, kind of by the department heads, is that right?
They make recommendations.
So there's no real reason that we need to set a guideline for it? I mean, we can do it by case by case.
That's what I would do. I mean,
Because not a, individuals' experience and.
Exactly.
I think, I think we'd be better off just to kind of leave it.
I mean, and the department heads know that, okay, for instance, if Carl gets an applicant that's, knows the oil field, knows, he's obviously gonna start him out more than 4, 1, whatever. The department heads are just using some common sense now.
That's what I do
Because Philip's starting
with
his
certified
nights out
officers and non-certified officers.
Yeah, if they're
Non-certified
coming in
start at the
with-
bottom and work their way up. Certified
with
officers,
training
they know
or
how many
a
years from start
CDL
mid-range
or-
on up.
or whatever, you know,
It surprises me that.
I know. Yeah.
Are you up to full force now?
He's gonna need a
Except I
dispatcher.
need a dispatcher.
So that's done. It's gonna happen.
Your last day,
I've got,
I mean,
we've got
this
this,
talked about for 10 years, go back
no,
now.
I've got paperwork the last day.
Yeah, the 11th is your last day.
What about Scott?
Sometime in September.
around
I think
11.
we need to
He
have
was
a
thinking
better-
around the same time.
Oh, we
frame.
talked to him, we got him a date for his cutoff on everything.
Yeah.
He's kind of waiting to see when ceiling's over. So I'm assuming it'll be.
It was right around the same time, actually, what they were thinking, because they were talking with me about it.
Because don't they have to be in Florida by October 1?
That I didn't know.
I heard their job starts October 1, but I don't know.
What's your job?
She's gonna have like $10 an hour more there than here. Or
Yeah,
$5.
she'll be a lot more.
But isn't it cost a little lot more?
Possibility.
It's gonna take us roll back there, but you've gotta be a
You gotta be a legal resident.
resident
so
for
long.
6 months and living in a camper at a trailer park down by the bridge.
Doesn't.
Doesn't count as a resident.
Yeah, the snowboarders don't count. I guess it's a legal residence, I guess.
Did we ever get confirmation from Scott's, everything's signed and done?
Not yet.
So we have nothing on the agenda today, huh?
Nothing.
Well, Marshall was coming.
You told me yesterday you didn't think he was.
I have a letter at home that I was gonna bring in, let the commissioners read, and I'll bring it in next Wednesday. It was from John Drewe at the north end of the county. He's driving a grader for the township up there. And I guess their shed got destroyed, Lincoln's Township shed got destroyed or something. Anyway, he said he was gonna donate, there's a cemetery just south of his house over there. And he's gonna donate a little ground up there to put a township shed on. And then, the letter was kind of hard to follow, but it sounds like he was wondering if we'd be interested in building a shed up there to put 2 more fire trucks up at that end of the county. And maybe a 3,000-gallon water tank because it would help the people's fire insurance for their houses around there, but
It probably would help them, but if you don't have anybody to man the stuff.
yeah, we can't staff
Put
it
it
now.
there. You can't keep them staff, you can't keep the
He's got,
northwest corner of the county staff.
I mean, maybe, I was gonna talk to Marshall about it, I mean, if he wants to put a 3,000-gallon water tank up there, you know, because I do know there's something, if there's a hydrant within so close to your house,
Mhm.
you know, to save you on your,
It helps you on your fire.
you know, if he wanted to pay to have the tank there, you know, maybe they could use it up there, I don't know. I was gonna talk to Marshall about it, I'll bring the letter and let you guys read it. Did anybody else get a letter like that?
No.
Okay.
Well, considering it was several years ago that you all had, well, not you all, the previous commissioners had voted to close down right. It just
Yeah.
never got done. And it still comes down to the issue of having enough people. I mean,
what's he got, 5 or 6 up there now?
I think it's more than that, he
Is
just
it-
got 2
He's
more.
recruiting
Yeah.
more up there.
but yeah, you can get all kinds of people in the fire
Yeah.
department. You just get them to
Get
show
them
to the
get
fire.
them
This is
there,
another story.
Yeah. Yeah. But I think it'd be a good deal to shut them down up there.
There'd be no way to watch it. It'd be a break-in. I mean,
Yeah.
it's,
I mean, I'm not, I wouldn't be in favor of building anymore, but I wouldn't be in favor of shutting down Raging Horse.
oh, no, what we've got, we might as well keep, but by putting another station up there, that'd be a hard one to keep, secured and everything else.
If you want to keep water in a tank or something like that, maybe, you know, what do you
Well, you'd
lose in
have
there?
to, you'd have to heat the shed and everything else.
If you just drain it in the winter, I think, I don't know.
Yeah, just.
Is there a dry hydrant out there?
Well, I could pump 1,000 gallons into.
Are there any dry hydrants that
We
still
raised it up
operate?
so the
Yeah,
fire
there are.
trucks
Are there?
can get into
I was
it.
wondering
Did it affect your, I
There's
mean,
one
did
over
it?
here.
No,
They try to do it at least once a year or so and go blow the lines out so
We
they
just-
work. a lot
They
better.
saw it get in and said, hey, what do you say?
Yeah.
Sure.
So-
I don't know if they did it this
A whole
year.
lot of water in the cattle underneath that
Really?
thing. and
I know the Artesia well is just a trickle.
Unfortunately, I will, not very good anymore though.
There's one there, there's one over off of Eden Valley over there.
Oh, what?
Rogers Pond.
Those dry hydrants.
Dry
Off the
hydrant.
Union Valley on what one?
Maherder's got the pond over there. There's
yeah.
a dry hydrant there.
Fisher's right across the road from Lonnie Staub's house. Vance Fisher and his dad had a circle up there, and they put down a well with a high output pump in it. And they pulled a big sprayer in and filled a 3,000 gallon tank. I was gonna talk to Marshall sometime and see if they would wanna use that. If they did and Fisher's allowed it, try to work something out with them.
They actually have a irrigation well with lines on it. It's actually in Pawnee County, but it was set up for the Maxwell Fire Department. So there's,
Wow.
in that corner up there, there's Gary Cyber, right there by the, it's just west,
Just on the line.
it's just west of the gas plant.
Yeah.
They have it set up where they can hook it up and turn it on and fill up the shrubs office. That's one of the few ones that I know of actually uses a well, for some irrigation.
County used to have a list of places like that where they could fill up.
What do you think they'll do? Of course, now with water being
Yeah.
such a hot commodity, Gary might not let him do that anymore.
Sure.
You might not want to meter it anymore.
Yeah.
We had one right at my folks' house that they pull under and fill up in about 2 minutes. It was pretty handy. They can fill it up as fast as they can fill it up.
Yeah, we used to do it on south on one of the Cybers, down south and the Wolves in that way.
It'd be nice to have it go down straight out.
I don't know how many more.
Talking about fire stuff, I went to a meeting last week and it sounds like they're getting pretty serious about this Provera stuff, that the state's basically, chief engineer is gonna bypass the GMB5 and do kind of an executive type deal. I don't know if it's all set in stone, but if they do cut back the water rights in Stafford County, it sounds like in the Zone D that they're gonna cut a lot of pivots back to 5 inches of water, which is gonna drastically reduce our land value, which is gonna, if we take a pretty big cut in the county, if people are raising less crop on a circle, I don't see how we can raise their mills where we keep the same tax amount. So I don't know how we're gonna function like that. But then also another deal that I've been thinking about is, Rivera doesn't pay any kind of property taxes, right?
No, none.
But if they have a fire up there, our fire department's supposed to go up there and put it out, right?
If they request.
Yeah, with mutual aid.
Because they have fire equipment up there too, don't they?
So there's no way that we can figure out what the fire department tax on the ground is? Like what I pay on my quarters of ground, I pay a certain amount of dollars, to where the fire department comes and puts out fires on my house. I can see that Rivera shouldn't have to pay full property taxes, but if they want fire support, I think they should have to pay a yearly deal. Because basically right now, if they have a huge fire and they called out all 5 departments, the taxpayers, the landowners in Stafford County are paying to send, fire trucks up there, that they don't pay anything.
They don't pay anything.
They don't pay anything back. I think this water deal is going to affect people a lot more than what anybody realizes.
I heard 15%.
Yeah.
Something in Zone D.
I was at a meeting where Jeff Lanner was at it, and he said 15% on average, and I said, so Ron, you throw a rock across the road and I'm in the arc, and I got a 9,000 water right number? He said, no, you won't take care of that. He said, that's average. And I've talked to 2 farmers in Zone D that said that they've been told that they're going to be cut 5 inches. Because they're in Zone D and they have junior water rights.
Yeah, I've talked to some of the GMB guys, they don't think anything's gonna happen for fire.
So what would that,
All the
what would that,
lawsuits will.
what percentage would that be?
I probably have 19 inches on
That'd be-
my circles.
75%. But the average is like 15.
You couldn't raise irrigated wheat on 5 inches of water.
Basically, most of your irrigated is that, so what to try.
Yeah.
trust me.
This is a southern part, southwest part.
In Zone B, it's basically the area within probably 4 miles. of it.
Rattlesnake.
5 miles on each side of the corridor of the rattlesnake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's gonna take you ground that you paid $6,300 for and turn it into $2,000 ground.
So 5 miles of around the rattlesnake. So when it crosses the Stafford Ellenwood Road, that's only 3 or 4 miles north of Stafford. Well, that's right, four-way stop.
Yeah,
That's it's a mile and a quarter.
So it would be
That's half a lot of ground.
Yeah. Yeah. Pardon?
You don't buy any.
I'm looking to buy some more, guys.
Okay. We may have some for sale.
Cut it cost basis.
But you know what's terrible, what's bad about the deal is we have, the way it is written right now, which I think is very unfair. If you've got a big water allotment, like I've got a big water allotment, say I have 400 acre feet of water up there, you know, if they say they're gonna take 10%, you know, that would take, 40 acre feet of water
Yeah.
away from it.
Yeah.
Well, what they're wanting to do is they're wanting to go back in time a little ways and take 5 years and average what you pumped. And then, so if you pumped 300 acre feet, you have a 400 acre feet allotment, you pump 300 acre feet, then they're gonna take your 10% off the 300 acre feet. So the guys that have watched what they're doing and tried to conserve water are getting screwed. And the guys that double crop and run cattle and just pump every bit of water they can. And I think what they'll find out is if they do these cuts, and this isn't the final deal, Jeff said they'll probably look at it again in 8 or 10 years. And they may do more cuts, but if they do these cuts now, according to this pumping, I'm gonna pump every bit of water, whether I gotta grow a crop out there or not, because it's cheaper. I mean, it costs me about $3 an hour to run my pit, but I mean, there were allotments that, I mean, what they're gonna cut now, if I could take those acre feet of water and sell it, it's probably gonna hurt me about $90,000 that I'm gonna lose right now. So it's gonna be a big deal down to us. So they're basically gonna cut our budget, we may have to lay off employees, and then they're gonna say, by the way, you guys gotta come up here and put our fires out whenever we want.
Can you sell your water acre feet to somebody outside the corridor?
Outside of the corridor, that's what they were saying is, now he was talking like they wanted you to move your water rights out of the Rattlesnake Basin. But all the basins around us are about at maximum capacity. So if I want to move my well into the ark's gonna have to prove me putting it up there.
I know, I don't think there'd be any place to move it myself.
I don't either.
I think you just be.
But up till 2 years ago, I wasn't in the Rattlesnake. And GMD does $600,000 study with this blue guy to increase the size of the basin, and now I'm in.
It's almost like 911.
Yeah, well, let's increase the basin so we can
Well, I know
spread out the
that
pain.
Monday, there, where Rattlesnake goes under Stafford Ellenwood Road, it was running bank full.
They got a pretty good rain that. Sounds like it's gonna do it again Friday and Saturday.
Oh, really?
Really?
Oh, yeah,
2
we're
inches,
predicting
what
2
I've
inches
heard.
of rain on Friday.
I heard Larder got like 5.5 inches or 6 in just an hour or two.
Somewhere around an hour, got 4.5.
He said something about the hurricane that hit. And that's why
Really?
how he referred to it that way
Yeah.
up there, because they got so much.
It rained hard at my farm yesterday for an hour and a half, hard yesterday morning.
Really?
Yeah.
It was
Yeah,
black.
Larry Rudy said they had 35 inches.
Yeah.
Oh,
Someone said they were coming through La Crosse and had to stop because the water was so high across the.
You were talking about assisting Quivira. See, that's a mutual aid agreement. We don't have to assist Quivira, really, I mean, truly.
Yeah, they don't get
We,
taxed.
it's more of a benefit for Quivira if we assist them than
we
if
don't
they
even
assist
calculate
us.
taxes on them.
Because we have more personnel, we have more trucks than they do. So it's more of a benefit to them than to us.
I mean, I think we ought to start thinking about that, because if this deal does It's gonna have a lot of people upset.
It's gonna put a lot of farmers out of business.
Well, and I mean,
Trust me.
it's gonna hurt the county, it's gonna hurt the city, or the schools. You know, if you take 20 employees out of Stafford County, that's a huge deal for Stafford County. We'll go into recess.